we are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that. Absolutely fascinating. That's what you do. You buy these clothes that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative. You dare to take me the same old, every single day without this. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone. Hello everyone, it's me again. I've got there's only George and I on tonight. Sean's on his way here to Liverpool. He's on his way, so he'll be arriving at 11 o'clock or something this evening. So it'll be good to see him. He's coming to visit me actually, so that'll be good. And just before I bring George on, Callum. Evening, Callum. Evening forever. Great. Yusuf. Yeah, we'll be talking about the game, to be honest. Fulham are half decent. Gonna be tricky, but we'll still win this. That's the positiveness I like. Absolutely. And Paul Turner. Good evening, Frank. Hope you're okay. Yes. And my little mate here, George. He's okay. Our little legend. Little legends of the pod. And there he is, the wonderful George. Hey, George.
Evening, Frank. Evening, chap. Nice to see you, Frank. Sorry I couldn't make it, Frank. I was otherwise engaged. I had a friend round for dinner. Sadly, his wife's not too well, so we invited him round to dinner. So that's why I couldn't get on Tuesday. But delighted to be here tonight.
Excellent stuff. Just me and you tonight, George. And we'll try and answer all the questions.
Lovely.
Try and answer all the questions, because
We'll do our best.
Yes. And IBR says, ciao, Don Franco. Ciao, Don.
Franco.
Oh, that's lovely, that. Young Callum. I'm going to tell you, Sean, I don't think you were here. Someone went up to him and said, I hate this. I've been fuming ever since. I've been telling dear friends and that, personal friends. And what it is, someone went up to him and said, why don't you go and support your own Pakistani team?
Oh, what?
And he said, you know what, Frank? He said, I'm English. I was born here. And, he says I'm mixed race. And isn't it shocking, this still goes on.
Absolutely terrible. Really is, to be honest.
It didn't half upset me, when he told me.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting to you.
It would. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I wouldn't worry about that. You just get on with your loving your football. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Callum?
But one of them says, someone said, one of the chat, Callum, don't be worried, we're all family here.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, that's terrible.
Of course. Yeah, look, good to have George Scott here, says young Callum.
That's Callum. I say my grandson's name's Callum, so we've got an affinity there, young man.
There you go. Good evening, George. Hope you and your wife are doing okay.
Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, we're doing good. Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, Paul.
The IBR evening, Georginio.
Genio. I wish.
That's great, isn't it? The Red Bears. Hello, gentlemen. Hope you two fine fellowship are good. Yes, we are, Red Bears.
Yep, yeah, we are.
And isn't it nice, though, to Red Bear, Callum, IBR, Paul, yourself, hi guys, and you,
yourself.
So it's just nice that, listen, I'm going to say something as well. I don't want fly-by-nights, like when I come out and say about, the fantasy football, George,
Yes.
the fantasy football. Now, you could get someone, and someone will be saying, that Carlyle pod is giving away prizes, in the fantasy football, both the Champions League and also the Premiership. And they could just come on, not without me knowing, by the way, and going through, the chat, not even saying anything, not commenting. Right. Yeah. And this is what I want to say to our lads out there. I'm only going to whoever wins it has got to be off this chat.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be off the chat. We've got to be taking part in it.
Exactly. It's as simple as that. Because I don't want fly-by-nights, just put it up, go enter the competition. But just leave it until.
I know what you're saying, Frank. Yeah, absolutely. No, you don't want that at all.
No, I want someone.
People that come on your podcast and make a contribution, and ask the questions and follow things up and enjoy it.
Exactly. And look at this, what IBR says here. Evening to all the regular legends. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't want a fella or a girl who have never known he's even commented on here to win.
Right.
Either.
Yeah, because they're nice messages. Yeah.
Hang on. I still can't, most sellers, it's the final thing.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I can see it now. Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah. That, Frank.
With Mo's signature there as well. Proper signature, by the way. And also, the watch, I don't want anyone just coming in. I want one of these lads to win.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I mean, that Salah signature, you don't see that very often. He doesn't sign that many.
No, he doesn't. No. And I actually seen him signing it, by the way. That's
especially on the programme.
Oh, yeah. We won the final.
Amazing.
He actually won the Champions League final. Yeah. And he signed the front of it.
Tremendous.
It's incredible. Absolutely amazing. Right, yeah. Yusuf says, does Ali start all the games from now on? I'm going to ask you this, George. Where does that leave Kelleher, George?
I think he does, actually. I mean, I think Slot said that quite clearly. I think the other day he said that Alisson's come back in now. He's the world's #1 goalkeeper. And I think, to be honest, he proved it the other night. I mean, he actually had a fantastic game. I feel really sorry for Kelleher because Kelleher, really, in any other team, doesn't deserve to be left out of the side. He's done tremendous for us since he came in the team, substituting for Alisson. But, Alisson at the moment is recognised, I think, as right up at the top in the goalkeeping fraternity, #1 in the world, probably. So I would imagine Alisson up here. But Kelleher will still play in the cup competitions, I'm sure. And he'll probably play in the next European one as well, because they might put on a less than full team there. So he'll still get plenty of games, but I think in the Premier League, I think Alisson will play.
Point says as well, I'm not against Kelleher. I think he's great myself, I really do. I think he's great. It's like saying, who would you rather have up front, Luis Suarez, Torres, or Darwin?
Yeah.
And you'd pick any of them two, wouldn't you? It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Because I'm more secure with Ali playing
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's a big man, isn't he? And he's
he's imposed.
he's always there for the vital saves.
Yeah, absolutely, George, spot on there, mate. And the Red Bears. Well, Frank says something. Nah, man never speaks. Well, no, you know what he's going on about. Hello, Red Bears. Hope you're doing okay. Red Bears. Here's a good one. There are people who pop in to see who's in the chat. Other content creators and hear what's being said.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's true, it is true. And they could just go into the competition and end up winning it. And I don't even know these people.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not far behind Sean now.
And
I'm creeping up. I'm not that. I didn't have a good week this week, I must admit, mainly because Liverpool didn't play.
Yeah.
But I'm chasing Sean.
Paul said he scored as well in the final. A good piece of memorabilia. Yeah,
yes.
That's what Paul says.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, look at that, George. Good evening, you two legends.
Take it, whiskey.
Keller says that Red Bears is just unlucky. We have the world's best goalie.
Absolutely correct. Yes, he's right.
Absolutely. Right, the Anfield was with us. And he's given besides giving us legends, he's given the Red Bears as well. And young Callum says, Liverpool to beat Fulham 2-0.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Callum. I'd go along with that.
Do you know what? He's good with his predictions as Callum, And the Anfield George, me, and you suffered this weekend. FPL. We both got stung by Liverpool game.
Yeah, I know, because Salah's my captain. I get double points for him, and he's been ranging him in. And I've got Diaz as well, who's been scoring. So I've got a couple there that I usually get some nice points. I had 35 points from Salah a few weeks ago.
Go away.
I got double points for being captain, and I got another double again for one of them special plays. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I've got to phone up my sons and ask him for advice. How do you do a transfer? I've got 4 free transfers. I don't know how to do them.
Someone said to me, have you joined in the... I said, no. I said, I'm giving them out. I said, what do I want to win it myself for?
I enjoy it, though. It's a bit of fun for me, but I enjoy looking at the results and seeing... I'm also in another little one with my family. There's 4 of us, 2 grandsons, 2 sons, and I'm lying third at the moment.
Well, this is, that's it. It's fun. And, like a little decent prize at the end of it. Whoever wins.
It's a good prize. It's more than a decent prize.
You could win the both of them, you could win the Premiership one and also the Champions League one. But the Champions League one, it's not too late to stop because we've only started it because of all the rigmarole and everything that was going on in the past. So we stopped that and it's only started now.
Yeah, I lost out because I didn't start till 2 weeks into the competition. So I'm a couple of weeks behind. That's,
Yeah, well, because we know that some people have dropped out who we'll never see again. So that's the end of them, if you know what I mean. So that's, I was talking to Sean. I said, let's start it from now, from scratch.
Yeah.
Because he said, okay, yeah, so it's only started now. So it's not too late to join. It'll be good. And I like Keller says Weatherby Pond, but Ali's distribution is better as well. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And Callum says, good to see Allison back. Allison. He just says it all the way there.
I hope he keeps fit now. No more injuries.
Yeah, he has. He played great the other night, though, didn't he? He plays well the other night. Against Girona. Yeah. That is Ali. Wakash Ahmed. Liverpool now can't afford to drop any more points. I'm just worried we might
No,
be drained.
I think Chelsea now are coming up on the rails, really. We've got to play them, I think, down there as well, haven't we?
Yeah, 4 points behind.
Yeah, and the goal difference is just a little bit better. They've caught up a bit. You know, he's right there, Wackers. We can't afford to drop points. We need to win games. We can't afford to even draw now, I don't think. Got to keep on
We've only got a game in hand, right? We've got that game, and if we win that game in hand, we're 7 points clear.
Yeah. Well, that's against Everton. It might not be played for a while.
No, exactly. So a good shout there, Ahmed. If I look through our squads, I genuinely feel our weakest area is genuine pace in wide areas. I think if we add some space impact from the bench, we'd have another string to our bow. I totally agree with you there.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I really do. And Callum says, lads, looks like we'll have 4 games at the start of February. The derby will be on the 11th if the FA or UEFA give it the go ahead.
Yeah, a lot depends on how we're doing in the cup competitions.
And it's ideal, the Carabao Cup. It's ideal to rest players.
I think they'll have to, definitely rest players in the Carabao Cup.
And also, I think it's a little bit of a godsend as well. The Accrington Stanley third round.
Yeah, you could play a weekend team there and leave some big stars on the bench.
Exactly. That's all we need. That's all. Chelsea played kids last night, unlike us, who are getting run ragged, says IBR.
Yeah, I was surprised he played the full team the other night, to be honest.
I've said this before, George. Sleuth, he doesn't like, he wants his full squad. He wants his full team, his best 11 playing all the time. Yeah. That's what he wants. I was surprised that he didn't play Endo, to be honest.
Well, I was, yeah. I think the Everton game being postponed might be a little bit of a blessing in disguise because it gives our boys a bit of time to get fit. Jota and, one of the others to get back fit again. I'm quite pleased about that, really. Gives him a bit of a break.
Was you surprised that Jota wasn't even on the bench to give him a few minutes?
Yeah, I thought he looks like he is fit now. He's been training with the first team squad normally, as far as I understand. So I think he'll definitely be on the bench on Saturday.
No, you're right, because I was watching it today, the training, and he's running around and he's got the ball at his feet, and he's in full training, by the way. But I was surprised that the Girona game, that he never had him on the bench to give him a few minutes, to give him 15 minutes at least.
That would have been good. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right, Frank. I think if you're trying to give Núñez as many minutes as you can to see if he can start scoring goals, so he can get a bit of confidence, because, he gets into these positions. Here we are again against Girona. Gets in great positions, and I don't know, he just seems to hit the ball without thinking where he's putting it.
Exactly. I was watching some old games. The one against Brighton, I think it was. Was it Brighton? No, it wasn't Brighton. Fulham. That's on who it was. Anyway, I was watching that, and he was through. George, he was through. Yeah, it was Brighton.
Brighton, yeah.
He scores a cracker, then he was through, and he has an easy option to score, and he placed it over the bar. And this is the frustrating thing.
Remember the one he went past the goalkeeper, brilliantly right past the goalkeeper, hit the post, an open goal.
Yeah.
Beat the keeper, big open goal, and he hit the post.
Was that the same game that he missed the penalty where he hit the post?
Yeah, it could have been. I'm not sure, but I remember that very well when he went. A lovely run. He came from the left. He beat the keeper, ran right past him, and wide open goal in a cup. Hit the post. I don't know. He gets in great positions. You can't fault his effort. I love him for his effort. And he's fantastic. But, he's got to start picking his spot when he gets in the box. He's got to put him in a corner. He can't just hit the ball and hope. Jota, Jota's much better. Jota gets in a position. He slots it. He slots it where he was. He's a more natural finisher.
He is a more natural finisher, and I've said that before. If Jota was about half of the chances that
Yeah,
Darwin had, they would have been put away. It's as
yeah,
simple.
we've missed him. Yeah, we've missed him. These injuries he's had. I hope he stops getting these injuries. It's annoying.
Yeah, everything's annoying though, isn't it? Really. Uh,
Now,
he
my
was.
flag, we might see Chaser on Saturday.
Uh,
We might see him appearing. You never know. He could be on for 10 minutes on Saturday. That would be a
well,
miracle.
yeah, this is it. You see, I just want to see. I just want to see the old Jota, on the bench and coming off the bench.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I want to see, because if he's training and he's training normal, if you know what I mean, he's training normal. He's not shying back from anything.
yeah. He's fit now. He is fit. He
He's
needs maybe
fit.
a bit of match play. He needs match minutes.
Yes. The Anfield Road says, George, you've played the game. What's your opinion on Nunes? I know my stance on him, and he could be one of these players who needs a cuddle, but Dutch managers are not known for cuddles. He's just so... Dutch managers are not...
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Every player likes a cuddle, even if it's only a mental cuddle.
Do you know what I watched today? And it was on Rai Uno, the Italian telly. And it was the Liverpool Borussia Dortmund game in 78.
Right.
In 78. And we beat them 3-0. What a midfield we had.
Yeah, fantastic.
Souness, yeah. Honestly, Souness, Terry McDermott,
Yeah,
Ray
some of the
Kennedy.
best we've ever had.
Oh, and even Jimmy Case.
Yeah,
Jimmy Case was a cracker. So Kennedy scored. And, I was thinking, well, there's our lads, the midfield scored, right?
yeah,
Dalglish scores a cracker as well against them. And I remember it. I was there that
yeah.
night. And I remember getting the bus
That's
home.
probably there as well, Frank. Yeah,
It was unbelievable, George. Getting the bus. I actually got a bus home. I was walking along, with a mate of mine. And then I've seen a bus, and I was just pulling away. We jumped on it, the way you could jump on them, with the
yeah.
bar at the back. So we just jumped on it. It was great. We felt, it was so, I can't explain how we felt, if you know what I mean.
Well, funny enough, Dortmund, they're a fantastically well-supported team. That yellow wall behind the goal is a fantastic. It's like the Cup, and this thing you never walk alone as well. I was watching this morning the game against Dortmund when we won 4-3. We came back from 3-1 down. That was a couple of years ago when at Anfield. It was on YouTube this morning. I was watching it. Just came up, and it was a fantastic game. The way we came back, very similar to Barcelona. Two of the games stand out in my memory at Anfield in recent years: the Dortmund one and the Barcelona one. When Liverpool came
scored the winner.
Yeah, that header, fantastic. Milner across it.
Yeah,
and,
great cross actually by Milner. It's really good cross.
Yeah.
But, these are the games that resonate with everybody.
Yeah.
To be honest. And then you go back to a final in 2005 and the Istanbul thing. How we've come back at games. You've only got to look at Fulham. Was it last season when, we were 3-1 2. We were 3-2 down.
Yeah.
3-2, remember?
Yeah.
And 6 minutes to go. And there's the other fella, Trent, scoring the winner.
That's right. Yeah.
Wasn't it? He scored the fourth. Yeah, beat them 4-3.
The Istanbul game, I was there with my son Gavin. I've got a wonderful picture of me and him on the final whistle. We were absolutely delirious. I mean, when the goal went in from that penalty, when he saved it, my head went down, then it shot back up again, and then we rolled down two flights of chairs, and all the Liverpool fans were going crazy. It was an amazing, amazing night. I'll never forget that.
It was, George. And I always remember I packed up smoking, And I always remember there was a fella standing at the back. And, you know, when these penalties came about, and I went, and I ran up to him. I said, "Hey, mate," I said, "can he have a cigarette?" Oh, genuine. I said, "Can he have a cigarette?" And he went, "Yeah, yeah, lad." And he offered me one, and all of a sudden there was a crowd of them around, and like, "There's a ciggy, mate." And he went, "Oh, fuck off." He said, "Wait, they're only cheap." He's handing them out like sweets. But the point was as well, you know, these lads were leaving, and we were still get back here.
Oh, I were leaving, yeah. Around us, a few that went down and couldn't get out because the gates were locked. So they were down in the concourse, just hanging about, you know. And then, of course, they must have heard the roars as soon as he ain't coming back up again. You know, it was like ants coming back up. We deserted the post and then came back again when things started to look up. But the vast majority of the crowd at half time, 99% of them just sung "You Never Walk Alone," didn't they? And they must have heard that in the dressing room. It must have been amazing.
Yeah, they actually said that they heard it, you know. It wasn't so much as like we were telling them, "We're still here for you, no matter what happens.
Yes.
We're still here for you." I said to this fella, I said, you know, "I hope we score 1 or 2. I don't want to be humiliated."
Well, I thought the same. Yeah, that's what we thought. Get to 3-1 or 3-2 maximum. But we just didn't believe what we were seeing. Because Milan were brilliant in the first half. They were unbelievable. Some of the goals they scored. I thought they were going to go well away with it. Maybe win about 6-0. And all of a sudden, Stevie got the troops with his swinging arms. And after that goal went in, things turned round. Wow. It was amazing.
Well, what I couldn't understand, George, I think it was one of the biggest mistakes Rafa made was by playing Harry Kewell.
Yeah, he wasn't fit, was he? No. Yeah.
He'd been injured for ages. And he played him. And Didier Mann was on the bench.
Yeah.
So we had to take Steve Finnan off to put Schmeichel on.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. And Hamann played great.
Oh, well, my God. Yeah, he came on, didn't he, he came on for Steve Finnan, I'm sorry.
I thought Jamie Carragher that night ran himself to death. He really, really...
That was the greatest game he ever played.
Oh, he just was amazing. He got cramp, he still kept playing.
But you know what, George? That game, everybody, even Jimmy Traore, when he kicked us off the line.
Kicked off the line, yeah. And what a save from Dudek. I mean, that was of this world.
Incredible. Incredible.
Like divine intervention.
It was like a divine intervention.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes when he didn't score there.
Then he saved 2 penalties.
Yeah.
Demoralised Inter.
He wouldn't have got away with that now, you know, because he was about 2 feet off the line.
I know, yeah, that was turned in the inside to his right. Got it. But I tell you what, George, you know, you've been mentioning Stevie, you know, that Didier man, you know, even Traore got a mention. And, you know, I tell you who hardly gets mentioned. And he scored 2, he scored a penalty. And that one for him about 25 yards out, that was Vladimir Schmeichel.
Yeah, that's nicer, yeah.
And he gets mentioned, the Schmeichel.
And he more or less won it because of him, didn't we? I mean, we hadn't got that second goal.
That's what I'm saying. He's always said this. He said that.
And a great penalty as well. Great penalty.
Exactly.
Right in the corner.
Exactly.
I thought Grisha took a nice penalty. He was unlucky. Goalkeeper went quite quick and saved it, but it's well inside the post. The keeper made a good save.
Yeah, it was a brilliant save, that. That was a brilliant save. And Callum says, I think they'll be 1st of February, Bournemouth away. The 4th and 3rd, FA Cup, 11th of February, Everton, and the 16th, Wolves are all. Is our schedule now.
That would be okay.
And the IBR Sloot should have played Dans, Endo, and Naomi.
Yeah.
See, the way Liverpool are, and you know, and the way Sloot's thinking, he doesn't want to lose this momentum that we're having.
Yeah.
The winning momentum. That's what I think is happening. But as you said about Everton being being postponed, the Everton game, it gave Gravenberch, because he was a leggy.
Yeah, give
He
him a
was
rest.
a leggy the previous game, and it gave him a nice lift, a nice rest. And the same will be, but the same for Fulham, this Fulham game. And as one of the lads says, who would you rather have in goal, Kelleher or Ali? It's Ali all the way.
I'll
I'll
be
be
playing.
talking about the team later on, George, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Alfred Ross says he's answering IBR. That Tim Pot Cup Chelsea are in is not at the Champions League level. Chelsea will have a rude awakening like Villa and Newcastle next year when they've got to play Champions League matches and then a Premier game. And he is so spot on. Are they in the, I don't know what the cup they're in, I don't know.
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, Callum Raw, he's answering there about Nunes. He's the Uruguayan Rashford, goes in form and loses as a game.
Yeah, but I think he puts a lot more effort in than Rashford does.
Yeah, he does. And John, I told you, John, I think it's the first time I've seen this lad. Chiesa back in training as well, Frank. Give Mo a little rest, but boy, don't look like he needs it.
I don't think he'll do that. I don't think Mo will be given a rest.
No.
In the Premier League, anyway.
And Anfield, he answers him. Chiesa would likely break down during his boots up. He is the new Arthur Melo or Arthur. How unfit can he be? He played 30 matches last season. I assume Italian fitness levels are not as good as they used to be. They're not actually. You're spot on there, the Anfield. Was that not the Borussia Mönchengladbach game? Yeah, it was. Who did I say? Borussia
You were saying
Dortmund?
Dortmund, Frank. You said Dortmund. That's why I was getting confused. That's why I was talking about the Dortmund game at Anfield.
Yeah, I'm sorry there. Yeah, you're right there, Paul.
Mönchengladbach. Yeah, well done, Paul.
Yeah. It was the Mönchengladbach game. It was unbelievable. It was really, and it was shocking again. And the camera went on. It was Rayuno too. It was, and the camera went on the cop, and you see them all swaying, not singing or anything, just watching the game. They're all swaying.
Yeah.
Safety standing.
It's a hell of a sight, that, wasn't it? The cop when it was standing.
Oh, unbelievable!
Right.
Unbelievable. Raw, Blue Boys will start crying, saying Gladys Street seats are blowing off. They might want to cancel again. Yeah, most probably. Great team, that Milan team. Even though we beat them, says Edwards. Yeah, absolutely.
Great players, didn't they? That's some great players.
When you have Nesta and Maldini in the centre.
Yeah.
You go.
And the Russian centre forward.
Yeah. No, Ukrainian.
Shevchenko. Ukrainian, yeah, that's right. Ukrainian, isn't he?
Shevchenko and Crespo forward as well. You're at midfield.
They're fantastic.
In midfield. Incredible side, they were. Incredible.
The Maldini. Yeah.
Some interesting news about Newcastle owners. Apparently, they now realise revenue generated by Newcastle will never match Liverpool, City, Arsenal, etc., and their attentions are turning away from them.
Well, that's right. They're not going to get the revenue. Liverpool apparently just today have been announced the highest receipt of European money so far for the 6 games, 82 million euros. And Man City is down at 71. So Liverpool have taken more money from the first 6 games from TV revenue and other revenues than any other club in the whole of the European Champions League at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's hope we get some of that to spend on players, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still need 2 in the next month.
Don't
We
hold
still
your breath.
need 2 in a few weeks. This is the point. Callum says, how's Dan's not got in yet? Jones got his chance at 18 in the Prem. Yet we have a number 9. What can strike a ball and a number 9? What gets a lot of injuries? Is that harsh treatment on Dan's? I kind of think so.
Yeah, he's been injured, Dan's, of course. He's been injured for a few months.
But he was out himself, Callum. Young Dan. He was out for months, lad.
Yeah, I saw him when I went to the training ground a few weeks ago, and he was training on his own. But he's fit now.
Yeah, look at Callum again. I don't think he's old enough to know the likes of Nesta. Beckenbauer especially, Maldini, Van Dijk, Nesta, Beckenbauer would be the best back line ever.
Take a bit of beating that, Callum.
You're right there, lad. Maybe Chiesa eating too many spag bowls. I think you're right. But it's amazing, to think that the likes of Federico Chiesa, you see, he loves Liverpool, and this is even before he signed.
He's got it all to prove now. If he's fit now, he's got to start proving. We'll see what happens. I will never write anybody off completely, I mean, it's been a bad start for the lad. He's never been clear of injury since he joined us. But, let's see what happens. He's going to have to start doing it soon. Get a few games.
Yeah, but look, not being funny, he came on the penultimate day
I know.
of the season, the window shut rather. And when he came, he's done nothing. He hasn't played. He's been injured.
About 20 minutes, didn't he? 20 minutes towards the end of one game. He hit the post.
Yeah, but it's not good enough. We're all being critical of Darwin. And Darwin, plays. He's not injured. Never injured, the lads, never injured. And this lad hasn't, he hasn't proved it. He hasn't proved anything to me.
No, he hasn't, Frank. Well, you can't dispute that. He hasn't. He's not been on the pitch. He's not been able to prove anything because he's not been able to play.
Exactly. It's as simple as that. Young Callum, I play football in real life. And to help myself, well, not in a team, but just having a doss around. And I like to watch Maldini and Beckenbauer highlights. Oh, is that it, eh? Yeah, it's that 2 great players there.
You couldn't watch anybody better.
Yeah, the guys are absolutely amazing.
Beckenbauer was a great player.
Oh, incredible player. Well, that's it. That match I was watching today at Stiller. What's his name? I forget his name. Bonoff and Bertie Vogts.
Oh, yeah. They played in the World Cup, didn't they?
Great side, great players in that team. That Mönchengladbach that we played.
Yeah.
Thanks, BR for. No, it was Edwards. Was it Edwards?
Edward, I think, yeah.
Yeah, who corrected me. But you're right. As I said, when we were there, we knew even before the game that it was going to be a hard match. But, and there's the big but, at the time this team was playing, George, even though we were coming up against, formidable teams, deep down, we knew that we were going to win. We were so confident that we were going to win. There's nothing better than Clemens and his agility and everything. He was incredible.
Look at the team we had. It was virtually unbeatable right through the 80s.
Oh, incredible team. You had Souness and that midfield was incredible.
Hansen, Lawrenson.
Oh, but you had like that midfield. You know, when we were when I was looking at it today, you had Souness, Terry McDermott, Jimmy Case,
Yeah.
and the other fella.
McMahon came in as well, didn't he? Was he about
Well,
then?
yeah, that later, yeah, that later.
Little Sammy Lee played as well a bit, didn't he? He had like 250 games.
Yeah, but you had,
250.
I tell you, who else was, and he got kicked to death in that game. You know, I was watching it, and some of the not fouls, but tackles that was going in by the Germans, you know, and by us as well. The game would have been stopped.
You would in those days. In my day, it was the same. Yeah.
Oh, it's changed dramatically.
Yeah.
Stevie Highway got kicked to death, and that lad just got up and carried on. Same limping, you know. And he got, you know, he was it.
If you look at some of the videos of the 1960s and 70s pitches, the muddy pitches and the battles, you know, on the pitch, I mean, you just wouldn't get away with it today.
No,
Never.
no. And the Anfield says, talking about centre backs, I always thought Roberto Ayala and our very own Sammy Upia, very underrated players. Ayala could spring to score headers like I've never seen. He was 5'10", and Sammy was 6 foot odd, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Sammy.
Sammy
And he
was
never
good.
mentioned Sammy.
Sammy was good. He was good.
Yeah, I do as well, Anfield. I always admired Gabriel Batistuta and Real Ronaldo. Yes, Real's Ronaldo, number 9. What a level of strikers they were. Absolutely. That Batistuta was unbelievable. I would have loved him at Anfield.
Yes. Crack.
And Callum says, Frank, can I ask how's the charity doing with Zoe's place? Is it getting the money? Yeah, it's don't be worrying. A new Zoe's place is going to be built. There's 30 million, you know, thrown there. So you're all right there, Callum, lad. You know, great news for us.
Fantastic effort by everybody, that was.
Yeah.
Liverpool always come up with the goods, Frank, don't they? The City always come up with the goods for these sort of things. When they get behind.
Absolutely. Good point,
I mean, look at the way they've just rebuilt that library, Spellow Lane.
Yeah.
When it was ripped apart by fire in these riots, and now they've got it looking fantastic.
Yeah.
That has only been, since July? They all pulled together, raised a couple of 100,000, somebody else put some more in. Here we go, it's all back to normal and better than it was before.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the Anfield says, good point that Callum about Zoe's. And Callum says, nice one, Frank. Not many strikers about, says Edwards, anymore. I think talent has dropped. Players were better years ago. There you go.
Thanks a lot, Edward. I agree. I agree.
Totally agree. You know, who better than Dalglish and Ian Rush?
Well, look at the strikers years ago. Jimmy Greaves, Dennis Law, Roger Hunt, you know, and then you come through to Rushy and others like that, you know, and Dalglish. Fantastic strikers in those days.
Dennis Law.
Yeah, the king of the lot to me. Wish he played for Liverpool, Dennis.
With
a good friend.
Do you know, it's a Romy and Celia told me. And I got the shock of my life. We were watching a match in our house, you know. And Lou McCarey, you know, you know, play for Man U. And she just said, out of the blue, she wasn't worried about football or anything. She said, do you know that player who plays for Manchester? And yeah, this is why I've been watching him. Said, he's our cousin, you know.
McCarry.
That's
all your name, isn't it?
Family, you know, a family relative. But they were in Scotland, you know.
Well, it's a good story about him, Frank, because Shankly was after him, tried to sign him for Liverpool, and he turned us down. and he went to Man United. And then somebody says, "Are you disappointed?" McCarthy's turned it down. He said, "We only wanted him for the reserves."
You can imagine that. He has an answer for everything, doesn't he, Shanks?
Yeah.
He has an answer for everything. I only want enough for the reserves.
Definitely.
And that's why we're great, because of that man. And no I'd say that's why I only played Championship Manager 2001 only. What's that? Because of Batistuta and Ronaldo. Yeah. So he just plays that game because of those. Honestly, the only world-class players this generation are Van Dijk, De Bruyne, Salah, Alisson, for me, Prem-wise, says Callum. You know, they're the only way. More importantly, there are Bad Knees releasing a Christmas single. I know Shauno isn't around tonight. I suppose too busy doing signing autographs.
He's exercising his vocal cords.
Bad Knees. Not bad finger, like, but bad knees. No, 72. I used to live Championship Manager 1, 2, and played the one you play. I could never play any of that.
Yeah, my grandsons play it. They did play it, and
Did you play it? I only ever played. What did I play? Was it Sands of Time? I forget the Prince of Persia. The Prince of Persia games. Oh, I loved them. They were great, them. And a little kid, a paper delivery boy, you know, came to the house, you know, when you're paying him. And I went, "Do you play games?" And he went, "Yeah." So, "What are you kids?" I said, "Do us a favour." I said, "I'm stuck." I said, "I'm stuck on a level. Will you get us through?" And he went, "Yeah, all right." So we came up, went in, and there's the game. I said, "Yeah, look, there he is." Like that. And I've been trying for weeks, pulling my hair out and everything, trying to get him the next level. And he just got it within seconds. And he just looked at me and says, "They're all right." And I went, "Yeah." That's the right class. Just went, pays him like. Question for George, says the Anfield. What happened to Scottish strikers? How come they completely dried up? Just disappeared, didn't they?
Well, we had a golden period for a while when they had some great Scottish players, not just strikers. You had the likes of Jim Baxter, Graham Souness, Kenny Dalglish, Archie Gemmill. Joe Jordan was a good striker as well. But I think in Scotland, I think the football tended to die a bit when the advent of Sky came along and all the great players were tempted to go to England, to the Premier League. And Scottish teams had to bring players through their own junior ranks, or they were coming to the end of their career or surplus the requirements. I mean, Rangers bought a few Liverpool cast-offs, didn't they? So the standard of Scottish football, generally speaking, over the years has declined, in my view. In the 60s, 70s, standard was pretty high. It was a more level playing field before the advent of the Premier League.
Well, that's
Rangers
why I like
always had great players.
You had all the top teams, didn't you? You know, Liverpool, Man United, Tottenham. You know, they had great Scottish players.
That's why they all came down to the Premier League and left Scottish football. If they were really top notch, they would be taken by the big big Premier League teams.
I'll tell you who I wanted from Scotland. Baxter, you know, Jim Baxter.
Oh, Jim Baxter, yeah, he was a legend. Slim Jim. He wasn't slim at the end of his life, but by God, when he played, I mean, his left foot was magic. I remember at Wembley when we beat England 2-1, he was juggling the ball on his left foot. He went about 10 yards, bouncing up on his instep, taking the mickey. I mean, he was an amazing. I played against him, actually, Jim Baxter.
Yeah.
When we beat Rangers 2-0. There were 10 internationals in the Rangers team. And I laid one goal on and scored the other one. We beat him 2-0 at Aberdeen. Baxter was in the team. They weren't happy.
But he was absolutely brilliant. He went to Middlesbrough or somewhere, didn't he?
I think so, yeah. And then later on, he was a bit of a drinker, sadly.
Oh.
I put a bit of weight on.
He stood out for me.
Fantastic player, yeah. There's a lot of
Young
those
players.
guys, Frank, great players, and they went to like Stan Bowles and Rodney Marsh and Gascoigne, and they all seemed to, when they left football, went downhill, didn't they?
Yeah, posers them. I
Got
don't
lost.
like that. I don't like that Gascoigne at all. Just one horrible, drunken.
He just let his
Beats
career
his
go to
wife
seed,
up,
didn't he?
beats
Yeah.
his girlfriends up, beats his wife up, and
He was a
people are
fantastic,
talking
talented
over.
player, but I mean, he's a bit of a loose spirit, wasn't he?
Yeah, horrible. Just a horrible person. Just a horrible person. Anyway, that moron Dini says salaries in world class again this week.
I understand that at all. How can anybody? Do you know? I read some stats today. His stats are exactly the same as Thierry Henry in the Premier League. Only he's got more assists, and he's still got 3 years left. Where Thierry Henry is finished. So by the time Salah finishes, he'll be way above Henry. How can he not be world class?
I think I still say it's jealousy looking at Liverpool, no matter who they are. It's jealousy.
Yeah.
You look at Gary Neville, and at the beginning of the season, Neville said that Liverpool wouldn't finish in the top four, that Man United will finish third or something like that. And that's just he never realised what he thought, like with Klopp leaving. He knew that we had a good squad. That's why he said we'd finish fifth. But he didn't realise what Sloop would be able to do with that squad.
That's right.
If you know what I mean. And he's been proved an idiot. And he still goes on about it, to be honest. It's just biased towards Liverpool.
There's a lot of questions being asked now as well. I've noticed online. Now that Coote's been kicked out, David Coote, the referee, of some of these decisions that went against us, like the kick in the chest by Doku on McAllister, like the goal that Diaz scored in Spurs, like the handball that Odegaard didn't get a penalty for, and the Rodri handball at Goodison. All these things are under the microscope. It's too late to do anything about it, but they're under the microscope, and it just reeks to me of malpractice.
I think it's corruption. I think it's cheating. Cheating Liverpool out of something.
Too obvious, some of those decisions. Just ridiculous.
I'm not saying that we would have scored the penalty, against McAllister.
No.
I'm not saying that we would have scored it, but if we would have scored it, we would have won the league.
Well, somebody said those three decisions, if it had scored that penalty and if Diaz's goal had been allowed and it scored a penalty when Odegaard bounced it, that's three vital teams. Our biggest opponents, that was Arsenal and Man City and Spurs.
Yeah. Shocking. That's why I've never liked VAR. Well, you always blame the referees. I'm sorry. Paul Turner says Scotland has had great players, especially in the late 70s when they went to the World Cup, which included Kenny, Souness. Anson never went, did he? He was dropped by the Ali.
That's right, he was dropped. Yeah.
And they were all saying, why is he dropped?
Well, in those days, I could name the Scottish team, Frank. I couldn't today. Yeah. As a Scotsman, if you asked me to name a Scottish team, I could maybe pick out two players. That'd be about it.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's a shame.
And one of them would be Ben Duck.
Well, you've only got to look at it. You can name two players, and you've got the
Robbo.
The thing is, once he goes, who else are you going to name? I haven't a clue.
No, I'm Scottish and I don't know.
McCoist and Gorham, says Edward. Yeah. Ali McCoist.
Ali McCoist, a great striker. Great striker. I know him quite well. Coisty.
Do you?
Yeah, through my friend Alec Totten. Alec Totten's a big friend of his, and I've spent a few nights with him in Coisty up in Falkirk. Fantastic fella.
Well, what do they think about the way Scottish football's gone?
I think, like me, they're obviously disappointed at the levels. fighting like hell to qualify for the World Cup. At one stage, we were hoping to try and win it.
Well,
At least get through to the final stages.
well, a few years ago, Italy were exactly the same. They said, we're losing our grassroots here because they were playing terrible and not even qualifying for the World Cup.
That's right.
And they said it's the grassroots, it's all the foreigners coming in, it's the clubs who are bringing these foreigners in and forgetting our own lads.
Yeah.
So now it's all changing, it's changing back, But it's going to take a few years for the Azzurri, to be honest.
Yeah, they were always a great World Cup side, Italy.
And no, I'd 72, say 77 to the mid, no, to the late, all the 80s. I'd say no, not mid 80s. Liverpool were the best. That 7-0 thrashing at Spurs on 78 was the best, especially the last goal. That was the best goal I ever saw at Anfield by any player in any team. Was the Terry Max header. That was the build up, all one touch. The ball by Highway.
Yeah.
As McDermott was running full belt, and the ball, well, he didn't have to do anything. He just ran on.
Just put his head to it.
It was incredible. It was an incredible best goal I've ever saw.
That was on LFC TV yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, never seen it. Wish I would have seen it again. I even said then when I went in, I said, I couldn't get over it. And when we went out the night, I was just talking about it, the goal. It was incredible. And everybody was saying it, how good that goal was. And Paul says, great ears, Callum. They were my favourite teams back then. That's good. And the Anfield says, thanks, George, for answering my question. I think it's sad Scotland used to be a gold mine to pinch players from. And that's right.
Absolutely.
Salah's stats are better than his first season, says Edward.
His stats are amazing.
That's incredible, Hey, George and Frank, says Darryl. Hiya, Darryl.
Hi, Darryl. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Salah has just surpassed Roger Hunt in total league goals, 168. You wouldn't believe that, would you?
He needs one more goal to beat Billy Little. That's amazing.
Billy Little.
So Salah scores on Saturday. He'll be one ahead of Little in all-time goals for Liverpool.
Incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Paul says, I bet George can pick an all-time great Scottish side. Suppose you could, George.
Yeah, if I had some time to think about it, I could, yeah.
I'll tell you who you'd have in. I'll just give you one player. No, I'll give you two players that you'd have in. Right? Tennis Law.
Definitely.
And little Jimmy.
Who?
Jimmy. Right winger, Celtic.
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson. And I've Jimmy Johnson, Dennis Law, Kenny Dalglish, Willie Henderson. Maybe a lot of people wouldn't have heard of him. Jim Baxter, John Gregg, the Scottish captain for quite a number of years. I need to think on the other ones now. Archie Gemmill might get in. He was good. I'm not sure about the fullbacks. Davy Provan, left back. And
what about Alex Parker, George?
Alex Parker, right back, yeah. Alex Parker, fantastic, Everton and Scotland.
Brilliant,
yeah. I mean...
because we used to go to match, when we were young lads.
Yes.
And I'm talking about 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We used to go to both Anfield and Goodison. And the likes of Alex Parker, he stood out. He was unbelievable.
He was a fabulous
golden vision, Alec Young.
Oh, yeah. Wow. He was a great player, Alec Young. golden vision. He used to glide past players like he was on ballet shoes.
Do you know what Stevie says? And I'm thinking what he used to say about Alec Young. Stevie's at edge, you know. And he said, the only problem with Alec Young, now Stevie's 4 years older than me, and he said, the only problem with Young is he wants the ball at his feet. He said he didn't want it.
He wasn't the fastest player.
Hey?
He wasn't the speediest player. He was more skillful. He used to, like Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah.
He knew everything was happening around him.
Darryl says, why are Liverpool in talks with João Pedro from Brighton for? Why are they in talks with him? I haven't a clue. I don't know if they are, Darryl. Anyway, I don't know.
A lot of it, Darryl's media speculation.
Yeah. Sky Sport, I think he just watches Sky Sports as Darryl, you know. But I don't know. Anfield Road, I was checking out some backgrounds and on official club profiles, it has that effing look now as an owner. I was like, you, what? I went mad, these owners. I want out. We're being held hostage. Is LeBron James still there?
I don't know. I don't know if he is. Don't know why he is, if he is.
That's shocking, though.
Does it do
He's
nothing?
Been involved with this P. Diddy.
Yeah, that's right.
He's been involved with him. And
we don't want to be associated with anything like that, do we?
No, it's all been on American news and everything, you know, about this fella, P. Diddy.
Yeah. You don't hear much about him in the media regarding Liverpool. Nobody seems to speak about him being involved with Liverpool.
Well, the Anfield Road just said. The effing LeBron James as an owner. Profiles. Official club profiles saying that he's a fucking owner.
He's not. I've never seen that.
To us, he is.
I wouldn't have thought he's an owner.
Yeah, but it's not so much you and I and the Anfield Road and Darryl and Paul Turner and Edwards and everybody else and young Callum. It's not about, we know that he isn't. But it's people from other, you know, around the country.
Yes.
Saying,
yes.
Fucking LeBron James, look at them, look at who's owning Liverpool. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's giving us a bad name.
It certainly shouldn't be on official club profiles.
He should be thrown out.
Yeah.
I don't want to know him.
No, neither do I, Frank. To be frank.
The Mighty Reds 97. Evening, gents. Is there any season that has a special place in your heart? Not necessarily because of success, but because of something personally happening in your life. That's some question, that.
Wow.
Wow, what a question that is.
Well, for me, it's gone back a long way, 1964-65, when the team won the league championship and I was part of the squad. And then when they won the FA Cup the following year, which was a bit bittersweet for me, because I was part of the squad, but the following week I was transferred to Aberdeen. So, and the following year I got married. So 1964, 65, 66. And 63, 64, 65, I was the leading goal scorer in the second team. So these were great years for me that I remember with a lot of affection. And I played with some wonderful, wonderful players. All of them were legends. So that's about the best I can give you there, Mighty Reds.
I'd have to think on that one, because what gave me a great lift, and it was during, but they were great at the time, and it was a very special it was for us, all Liverpool. I'm talking about the whole of Liverpool was under the Thatcher government. It was under the Thatcher government. The only thing that saved us, the city, from apathy was Liverpool Football Club and Everton Football Club because they were two great teams. We used to go, to get rid of the reality of what was happening around us and the managed decline and everything by a government who hated Liverpool and the citizen, not just the city, but the people itself. Got rid of it each weekend, and that was Liverpool and Everton. That's the only that gave me a lift all the time, mighty Reds. But they were a great team. They were a great team then, Liverpool. A great team.
I think it was also great when we won the Premier League during the COVID pandemic, because again everybody was down and they won the league by 20 points. That was a huge lift to the city.
Yeah. I've just banned someone. I can do it now. And it was that Jeffrey Hunt. They call him Jeffrey Hunt. All right, granddad and all this, he's saying.
Is that one of the guys on the chat?
Yeah, granddad,
Being facetious.
Oh, always. Yeah, he was very obnoxious, I've just banned him.
We don't want that. That's not what you're all about, Frank.
No, horrible. Just a horrible person. Anyway. So he hates Pedro, but it would be so typical of our recruitment team to get a striker when a defensive mid. I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think they need to look at the midfield defence more.
Darryl answers us. It's not Sky Sports, it's Anfield Beat. I don't watch Sky no more. Always on City bandwagon, and I can't stand Carrot anymore. Says Darryl. So I don't know what the Anfield Beat is. Most probably another pod. I don't know.
You hear a lot of names mentioned about players that they're interested in at the moment. I've seen at least 4 today that's been mentioned, and until you see the pen in the hand and the contract on the table, I try and pay no attention to it.
Noah says, answering IBR, we all know FSG is all about the profit buying low and selling high transfer racketing. See how they flog Nunes for say 80 million and buy some cheap potential in Pedro for 40 and take the rest. Well, Darryl says, piss off. And that was the fella. I just banned. Look, Jeffrey Hunt. Jeffrey Hunt was banned and their comments were removed. That's what it says there. I've done it. The first time in my life. I've done it. I think I'll ban all these now.
It's your show, Frank. You can ban whoever you want. As long as you don't ban me.
You're kicking me head in. Paul Serra says, agreed, Frank, I don't want LeBron James near the club. It's shocking.
No.
And Darryl thinks he needs to block this. I've done it there. It showed me how to do it there, Darryl, thanks. Made up with that.
Yeah, you need that facility, don't you? I mean, to stop people like that coming on. Jeffrey
capital C Hunt. But he says they've all had a go at him, in the past what he was saying. He was horrible, He was horrible to me.
Yeah.
And Tony says, I've just blocked him as well there, Darryl. Says Tony LFC, and Paul Turner says, nice one, Frank. Get rid of the soft lads.
Well, he has done, Paul.
Absolutely. So listen, George, listen, I need to see, is it possible to come down and see me next week?
What we're doing next week, don't yet. Give me a bit of a chance to look at my diary, Frank. They're not coming towards Christmas.
No. Is it possible? Is it
Yeah, I
possible?
can. But I'll just have to work out what's the best day.
No, it's okay. Whatever day, I'm not
Yeah,
bothered.
yeah. There's a few
You
things
know,
coming up next week. I've got Friday. I've got a dinner on Friday night in Southport.
yeah. Oh, have you? So can you come at 8 o'clock on Friday night then?
No, it's a golf club thing. One
No,
of those.
no. But it's like you might be just over, doing
Yeah,
a
but I
little
mean,
bit of
I'll be over.
just
I'm sure I'll be in
dropping it.
Liverpool one day next week, so I'll pop up. I'll let
Okay,
you know. I'll let you know next day or two.
no, that'll do me.
I'll send you an
So
email if that's all right.
yeah, long as you're there, I don't want to put you out your way, but as long as
No,
you could
no,
come any day, as I said,
all right.
any day,
No,
over,
smashing, yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
just pop up for 10 minutes. That's all.
No problem, Frank. Look forward to that. Yeah, I will do. I will.
The Anfield Roar says Frank is a lot worse than the FA with his balance stick.
Yeah,
I couldn't ban anyone, and I've cried, in the past, and
you've never had to ban anybody, as far as I can remember.
yeah, but you not people who are there. Yeah, they're horrible to even our chatters and that,
Yeah.
but mostly horrible. I don't even know. Most probably he knows me,
I
but
mean,
he
you can
goes
have strong
on the
opinions, but it's the way you put them across.
it's they go under assumed names, and that's why they're cowards.
Yeah, that's right, because you don't know who
Face
they
to
are.
face,
Yeah,
wouldn't do
that's
it.
right.
Face to face, wouldn't do it.
That's the problem with the internet.
So anyway, Saturday.
Yeah, 3 o'clock kickoff. That's a nice bit of change, isn't it? Won't be on television.
So what do you think? What do you think of the?
Well, Fulham's a good side. There's no question about that.
One
Fulham are
thing's
a good team.
one thing's for sure. We know that McAllister is out.
Yeah,
So
that's right. He's suspended. Yeah.
who would you have for your midfield?
Well, I think it's going to be Gravenberch, definitely. Szoboszlai and Jones. And maybe Harvey Elliott might come on and get some minutes as well. Because he must be raring to go. He's been fit for about a month now, or 3 weeks, and he hasn't had a sniff. So I would think he'll make an appearance sometime during the game, maybe in the second half. I think they'll start with Gravenberch, Jones, and Szoboszlai.
Okay, no, that's what I think. To be honest, I think that as well. Now I tell you what's that wasn't as tricky as if McAllister was fit.
That's right.
Out,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. So we know that the best three for midfield. It's the forward line now that we have to look at.
Yeah.
To put out here.
Yeah, the forward line, Salah will definitely play. I can't see Jota starting because he's been out for such a while, although I'm pretty sure he'll be on the bench, and I hope he'll come on. I think he'll probably play with Salah, Nunez, and Gakpo.
Wow.
And Diaz come on. Or Salah, Nunez, and Diaz, and Gakpo come on. Take your pick.
But what about the Jota?
Well, Jota, I think, will come on. He's got to get on sooner or later. If he's fit, it's an ideal opportunity if they're winning second half to get him on and give him some minutes. And if they're not winning even, get him on in the last 60th minute to see whether he can sneak an equaliser or the winner.
Yeah. See, no matter how we look at it, one or two of our forwards can score goals.
Of course they can, yeah. Gakpo's been scoring good record this year. Nunez can score. We know he's missing a lot of chances, but he gets in a position to miss chances, so you hope one of these are going to go in, or two. Salah's always going to be a danger, and Jota, if he's fit, he can put them in. So yeah, we've got an embarrassment of riches when they're all fit up front at the moment.
Edward says trolls are on most channels. I know that, mate. Young Callum, there's this. He loves getting his team in as well. This lad, he's great. Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robbo, Grav, Jones, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. That's who he sees.
Yeah, well, it's very similar to what I've just said, apart from Nunes.
Very similar. Very similar. Very similar.
I
But
think
that's
the back four, Frank picks itself, I think.
it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and the goalkeeper, that back
Yeah.
four and the goalie. I wish Canete was there fit though.
Yeah.
He was immense, but he's not far away from you know, I seen him today. He wasn't training. He had his heavy coats on, or he was in the, you know, the facility, and so let's just do. And I think Sloot, he wants them perfect, if you know what I mean. He
You
doesn't want
probably have your favourite player, Shears, will be on the bench as well, I think.
Yeah. The Anfield Road. Frank, my brother went to your evening at Jallens. He was just around. He said to me, "Is that our local legend, Frank Carlyle?" And then told the story. It was for underprivileged children. Yeah, I remember that. God
Great.
bless. Well, it's surprising, isn't it? You know.
What were you doing? A history chat?
Yeah, that's all it's talk about. You know, can't talk about anything else, if you know what I mean. Have a laugh, though. You know what I mean. I was talking about the Irish and the famine and everything, but we had a laugh, and this fella came up to me and he said, "Do you know what?" He said, "When you started to," he said, you were making people laugh, but giving serious, you know, like things, and people were listening. Brilliant." And then he said, "You started talking about the Irish." He said, and I went, "I hope he's not going to make people laugh." He said, "And you did." He said, "But it was like, it was relieving, you know, the seriousness and everything else of it."
Yes.
And then you went back to the seriousness. He said, "So it was a light relief." And he said, "You're brilliant." You know, what he says, "You're brilliant at doing that." He said, "Simply because, you know, you can combine a whole lot together." He said, and then you can have a little quip about it as well, but the seriousness is still there without you being, you know, trying to be funny or anything else.
Well, that's a great skill, Frank. That's a great skill what you learn over many years of experience in public speaking, talking, and lecturing.
Well, that's the point, you see, because,
knowledge.
yeah, you know, we have a laugh on it.
Well, humour's great. Humour's the greatest thing ever.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
What a world it would be without humour.
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Anfield Road. Thanks, and thank your brother as well, please. Give him my regards. And Darrell, Allison, Trent, Gomez, Virgil, Robbo, Grav, Elliot, Jones, Gakpo, Salah, Diaz. So we put Elliot in.
Well, I wouldn't have a problem with that, because if he's fit, I love Elliot. I think he's a grafter. He never stops running, and he's a good creator and distributor of the ball, so he would never let you down.
But Szoboszlai, he's a good. He's a good.
I put Szoboszlai in before Elliot, but I mean, Elliot's a good player to come in.
No, no, that's what I was just going to say. You know, what Darrell, you know, bringing in Elliot ahead of, you know, I'd just have Szoboszlai there, you know, because Szoboszlai is more fit than Elliot. I've always liked, I don't know whether you'd agree with me here, George, but I've always liked Elliot coming off the bench, and I'll tell you for why. Yeah. He's got the energy, while, you know, some players are flagging. He's got the energy, and he can run for miles.
Yeah. If things get he can raise the game.
He can raise the game. He can. Yeah, Callum. If he's fit, Diaz, Jota, Salah. He is fit, you know, Callum. But it's whether the Sloot man, it's up to him. Even puts him on the bench. IBR series, Fulham have a lot of 9 solid players like Robinson, Anderson, Wilson.
Well, all I'll say, they're not better than Real Madrid.
I don't know whether this is irony or what, coming from Edward. I'd put Jota straight in, play him while he's fit.
Yeah, and then get him unfit again.
Play him while, put him straight in, play him while he's fit. That's maybe
he'll have been well monitored by the staff. They'll know exactly what level of fitness he's at and what many minutes he can play and all the rest of it. It's so technical now.
That's so funny, that. That was brilliant, that.
Yeah, a good plan, that.
The Anfield Row. Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Virgil, Robbo, Graf. Jones, Szoboszlai. Yeah. So his midfielders, Gravenberch, Jones and Szoboszlai. Gakpo, Diaz, Salah.
Yeah, he might do that. I might play Diaz up front again, centre forward, you know.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah. He's got the tricky pace.
I thought he was good the other night, to be honest.
Makes things happen, doesn't he, Diaz? I like Diaz.
Yeah. Yeah. And Ian Mack. All right, Frank and George on the chat. Reckon Jota, Chiesa and Elliott will depot start versus Southampton in the Cup next week. There you go. See, he's been missing it all. It comes on and that's a spot on their comment.
Yeah.
Jota, Chiesa, Elliott will depot start.
Yeah, yes. They will do.
And as he says, he may get some minutes off the bench on Saturday. Fingers crossed for 3 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shout, Ian. Good shout, that, mate. Really. IBR. It shows why Arsenal let Smith Rowe leave, as he's a decent player.
He's a dangerous player. We need to watch him. Him and Iwobi. Need to watch them too.
And Callum says, Frank, have you seen they are doing voting billboards for local derbies? Now they've done it for Everton versus Liverpool. Before it was cancelled, and now Manchester are doing it for the.
What's voting billboards?
There you go. They always copy us, no matter what. The Anfield says, I feel the city owes Frank a debt of gratitude. Shankly and Jürgen are idols, but there is no better way. I want you to have a monument so the next historian can tell of your achievements.
You've got a monument behind you, Frank. That cartoon.
That's absolutely, yeah, it's here. And do you know what? See, Jason, if he'd have these things here, you see these comments, share and that, and if he'd have them up there, above me, and out of the picture, you'd be able to see little Frank here. You know,
that's right.
There I am there.
Cracking picture that.
It is, isn't it? It is. That was. I've got. You've seen it, the one hanging up, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I gave you, didn't I?
Yeah. Certainly did. I love it. I feel the art of long shots have disappeared, says Callum. I was only saying that to Francine.
Good
and I
point,
think the other night I said it, or was it to just Francine I said it? To be honest, Callum, I said to Francine, I said, would you think we take a shot outside the area?
Yeah.
Can you explain anything like that, George? Why?
Well, they always seem to want to play. They always seem to want to play the extra pass. They get into the box or the edge of the box and they'll pass it wide. And I've often thought when they got a bit of space, the only guy who tends to have a bit of a go is Gakpo. Gakpo tends to cut in and have a shot. Szoboszlai, when he first joined, was having a few long ones. But, so like Gerrard, he used to score some belters, didn't he? From outside the box, Stevie.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Biakos one, right in the corner.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
don't know who mentioned it, but someone mentioned it about Stevie coming back to Liverpool, genuine, coming back to Liverpool, getting our midfielders or whoever else, and even the forwards say, have a go for me. Just hit it. Just hit it. Because we don't. I tell you who's got a terrific shot on him, and he can place a ball as well, is Virgil van Dijk. And he could have a go from outside the area.
He could.
He could just hit it.
I think maybe the ball's a bit lighter now, and if they try and hit it too hard, it goes over the bar. Because I've seen even Trent, he's hit a few over the bar. You've got to be quite precise these days with the shots, because the ball's quite light.
Yeah.
But if you catch it right, it could fly in.
Well, the Anfield Road answers Callum, and he says, Callum, I can't remember a good midfield player who shoots anymore. I love the days of Gerrard and others taking pot shots. Very little long-range shots anymore. It's gone out of fashion.
You're right.
As you mentioned, Szoboszlai was up last season. He didn't have it, man.
Yeah.
In the corner, it was a cracking goal. And he had a shot, wasn't against your owner, I don't think. It was the game before. And he hit it. It was against City. And he hit it. And the goalkeeper couldn't even, it just bounced right out. Yeah. And that's what that gave Szoboszlai, confidence, because he played great after that. He just hit it.
Yeah, McAllister's hit a couple as well.
Yeah, he has. And scored.
Yeah, and shoot two more.
IBF. The Franco Carlyle monument next to Shankly and Klopp. In the middle of them. In the middle. Oxlade-Chamberlain, last person to have the art.
Yeah, he scored a good long-range shot as well, didn't he? I remember that.
City. Twice against City. Once in the Champions League and once in the league.
Yeah.
Right outside the area. One was on the Champions League, was right in the middle. Well outside the 18-yard box. And he let fly. And the other one was at the side, on the right-hand side, as we look at it. His right-hand side.
Yeah.
Actually, the was outside the 18-yard box when he let fly and flew into the corner. That was in the Premiership game. Yeah. When FSG sold Coutinho, we never had those anymore. We didn't. They say Salah took over the role, but Arsenal had, Odegaard and Saka. It's the end of the way. It's the end of the long shot.
Be nice if it was the end of the world now. We're top of both leagues.
It's incredible, isn't it? This is what I can't believe, honestly. Someone says the Anfield, the other day, Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder the Prem has seen. Well, I had to bring this delusional sickness back down to earth. I said, go and watch Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, and he wasn't playing in such a good team as De Bruyne is playing in.
You see, that's what gets me, you see. The likes of Steven Gerrard, this is before Xabi came. This is before Garcia came. Before the, Torres did. And we started to make a little team. He was dragging Liverpool.
Yeah.
And especially when Michael Owen left, he was dragging that team.
Yeah. For
now,
a few years.
Would De Bruyne have done that? I don't think so. This is what I mean about Frank Lampard said Steven Gerrard was great. Even Scholes, whatever his name is, he said Steven Gerrard. And, if you want to take any notice of any player, Zinedine Zidane, he said the best midfielder of his generation was Steven Gerrard. I would have loved to have played.
I think most professionals would say that.
If anyone says it, I'm glad you took them down there. Anfield, I really am. And Callum says, lads, look at Van Dijk at Chelsea, start of last season. He hit it from 30 yards and it just curled over. That's right.
Yeah.
He can hit a ball. And McAllister is our best shooter outside the box, says Paul. But you just mentioned
a few good ones.
And the Anfield's saying to IBR, if I know our council, they'll probably stick Frankie next to outdoor WC, but I would petition such a monument.
It's on a roll, Frank. I can see it going on.
Yeah, outside of WC. The Anfield, watching these other pretenders to our club's perfection, the glaring thing I've noticed watching Barca, Madrid, etc., none of them can play it through the midfield like our team or our defence. How about that? Yeah. I watched the Barca game last night.
Yeah, seen the highlights.
I was watching it on Borussia.
And Dortmund gave it away with that pass.
Oh, that was
he passed it and broke. It was a crazy ball.
But they'll still go through because they've got 2 games, and I think they should go.
Yeah.
And Callum was saying uproar in the city. It would have been crazy if Gerrard had left. That was when he, left when Chelsea were in for him. Aris Pavel. Hello, everyone, especially hello to you, Frank. Tomorrow, I am finally flying to Liverpool to watch the game against Fulham on Saturday. I'm coming back to Anfield after 5 years.
Wow, that's fantastic. It's wonderful. I hope you enjoy the game and I hope you get a good win for you.
Yes, he's coming up to see me, actually.
Oh,
he's coming up to see me. I don't know whether it's before or after the game. I don't know, so I'll have to wait. He's from the Czech Republic.
5 years.
He's a lovely fella, and he's bringing his lads with him who's also a Red. And he said, Frank, my lad speaks better English than I do. So he'll be interpreting to me. That's lovely.
I hope he has a great time.
Maybe the Franco monument should be overlooking the Mersey, much like the statue of... Yeah.
And then they're getting a bit carried away now, Frank.
I know. Well, it's better than a WC, though, isn't it, George?
It is, yeah. As long as it don't go in front of the Everton Stadium.
No, I'd say he's awful as Szoboszlai. He has only 1 assist in 15 games, but let's blame Darwin and see Jota having the same issues. Just want Liverpool to improve, but some fans just don't see football holistically. Noah Hyde, it's about opinions. You've got to understand that.
That's right. It's all about opinions, football.
That's
Passion, opinions. All I'll say is that, I'm a very happy Liverpool fan at the moment, and I'm starting to dream that these big silver trophies could be coming back to us again.
Yes. That's all it is.
The table doesn't lie, Frank. The table doesn't lie.
No.
And neither does the European table. We're the best team in the lot at the moment. Just got to keep it up.
Yes. And as Super Pavel says, I hope we will win, of course. And the Anfield Raw says, Super Pavel, I have hope. I hope you enjoy it, lad.
Yeah, we don't lose many at Anfield.
Thanks. No. Anybody know of many spare tickets will be available after Christmas?
I doubt it.
I wanted to get my daughter one. I wanted my daughter, as part of a Christmas present. And little Sophia can't wait to go to the game to wear the Trent Arnold's top. She said, Granddad, when can I go? I said, what you tell a 12-year-old little girl who just loves Trent Arnold. What can you say to them? Granddad,
It's so difficult.
it is. It's a killer for me. But
Yeah.
that's the way it is. You know, we just can't get any. Oh, Paul Turner, enjoy the game, Super Pavel. Yes. The
Yes.
Anfield. I'll ask you, Callum, what you want mid-January tickets.
That'd
You
be
see,
good.
around the February. And Noah says, just pray Salah stays fit. Yes. Yeah, look, I'll ask my colleagues, this is to young Callum, if they don't go, you can have them, lads. I tried to sort Frankie for the Madrid, but couldn't make it happen, says the Anfield Roar.
Yeah, it's disappointing when you think you're going to do it and you can't do it.
It says, you know, like I was given a talk and it was sold out. And a very good friend of mine, and I mean, you know, went to school with, grew up together, you know, everything. And he went, is there any chance of getting me a ticket to see you? And I went, I'll try. And when I said that I couldn't, it was like a couple of days before, I said, I can't get you one. I said, I'm sorry. He said, can I come down and bunk in? I said, bunk in? I said, try, by all means, because there was a meal and that, you see. So anyway, he came down, I couldn't get in. And he called me for everything. He said, why didn't you tell them who I was? And that's what that's the sad indictment, you know, about anything. You know,
And
like
everything, it's all on the phone now as well. It's not hard tickets. You don't get a ticket.
exactly.
You have to do all this complicated transferring onto your friends and family, and it's horrible.
Yeah, no, good comment. If Liverpool continues to win, the tickets in May is going through the roof. May, I think the tickets may go
Yeah,
through the roof. Yeah, I agree there, lad. I'm the same, Frank. I live locally but can't get tickets, says Paul. It's horrible. You know, like George, you know, mentioned the FA Cup final when we first won, and that resonates with him. You know, he's a member of the squad and everything. I was there,
yeah,
and yet I can't get a ticket.
I know. I know.
It's,
Even the players struggle to get tickets sometimes, to be honest. The ex-players, the limited amount. I only get to the game because I've got 3 tickets. So the 3 tickets are season tickets I've had for years. I've been one of the lucky ones. Okay, I played for the club, but I didn't get them because I played for the club. I got them through my son getting them, to be perfectly honest. And even Gordon Wallace, he's got to actually phone up and ask, and no, if they've all gone, sorry, Gordon, try next week.
I always remember my uncle Jerry. He was wanting a cup final ticket, and right out the blue, he wrote to Leeds United and to John Red, and he sent him through 2 tickets for the FA Cup final. I forget what cup final it was.
Yeah,
I
Shanks used
think
to do
one
that.
of the Everton games, you know, it was one of the Everton matches. 2 tickets he sent him through, John Red. Said, you know, good luck. Isn't that nice?
Absolutely nice, yeah.
But
You
that
don't get
day
that
there
now.
in the FA Cup, totally different now. Callum says, Frank, you know Arsenal's last game of the season ticket of 2023. If they won the league, it would have been 20k.
It's outrageous, that, isn't it? That's outrageous. That's for millionaires only.
I will say though that Barca lad Yamal, what a player, says the Anfield. Yeah, he is good. Yamal. He's
Yeah.
only a kid, wasn't he? 17 or
Young, yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If you had only one ticket to, if you only had one ticket to choose from, Champions League or winning the match, No, worries, I'm going to kick your head in when I see you. You can't be asking questions like that.
That's a very difficult choice, isn't it?
It's like it was just him who says, putting all like trophies and everything aside. What what's great resonating, about a thing that gave you the lift. What periods of time, what match, and just don't know.
Well, I would say for me, I've been to quite a few of the Champions League finals, but I've not been to too many Premier League winning matches because there's only been one in 30 years. So for me, I would like to be at Anfield the day we win the Premier League, if I had to choose.
Well, I'll go the opposite.
There you go.
I'd like to be the Champions League, and I'll tell you for why. For that number 7.
Yeah, it would be great. It'd be fantastic.
Just imagine that. Number 7.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Oh, I love that.
But what the Premier League give us one ahead of Man United? That'll take us to 20, won't it?
Yeah. And Paul says, that's brilliant, Frank, from John Revy. Yeah, it's on Revy. It's on Revy, what a manager for Leeds. Yeah, he was, Callum. And him and Shankly got on well, didn't he?
They did, yeah. They did, yeah.
The Shanks. I always remember them. We had black and white telly. Standing at the sides of the pitch. Liverpool had just beat Arsenal. Leeds.
Leeds United, yeah.
Our rivals, weren't they, at the time? And
yes.
After the end of the conversation, Revy turns around to the Shanks and said, come on, I'll buy you a cup of tea. And just walked off.
Yeah.
They were managers.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, I'll buy you a cup of tea.
Lovely days. Lovely days.
They just walked off together.
Yeah, they were great.
You don't
Legends of the game, them.
You don't get that, George, I'm afraid. And Edward says, winning the league for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll go to both of them, Frank. I think we'll go to both of them.
Yeah, why not? We get the tickets off Anfield Road. You get the tickets off him for both games. Tip pair of us. Callum says, I always thought Liverpool and Leeds got on well because of the hatred for you. No, it wasn't like that in those days, Callum.
No.
It wasn't like that, lads, in those days, honestly.
No. Matt Busby and Shankly got on great, didn't they? And all the managers got on great in those days, it seems to me.
Yeah, the fans did, the fans did. And I was just, this is the 60s. This is the 60s when you could go to a match without any fear or anything like that. But I used to queue up in freezing cold weather for the tickets, and I'm talking like 3 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the morning, waiting for the gate, the thing to open to get me tickets at 9 o'clock.
I've told you before, Frank, we used to look out the window of our digs in Anfield Road, looking down Notting Avenue, and the crowd was stretched right down Notting Avenue and all the way around. And for the big cup game with Everton, it was right round, almost right on Stanley Park.
I was in it. You must have been looking at me.
Probably, yeah, amongst others, yeah. In fact, the press photographer came into our bedroom and said, "Move over, lads, open a window." And he took a photograph out of the window of the fans queuing up for tickets.
Go
in
away.
The winter. It was a cold day in the winter, all raincoats on,
Freezing. And like going home, when you got your ticket, your feet are freezing. I could hardly walk.
There for 6 hours or something.
And my grandmother went to my grandmother's, and I came in. God knows what I looked like, And she said, sit there. She got this chair, big roaring fire in those days, George. Big roaring fire, and she got a little stool and kicked it under my feet. She said, "Yeah, that'll warm you up, lad."
Yeah.
And that,
Imagine queuing for 6 hours. You get to the ticket. Sorry, sold out.
Sold out. Shut the window, didn't he?
Shut the window.
Just went like that. The window was shut.
Window was just shut. Yeah, gone.
But that was the dedication of the fans back then
It's always
dedication.
been like that, right back to the turn of the century.
Yes, yeah. You know, as I said, I was watching that Borussia game. Yeah, the Mönchengladbach game today on the telly, and you know, you're looking at it absolutely chock-a-block. These lads queued up for tickets. They all queued up for tickets. The Sanity end game.
Yeah.
Sanity. I'll never forget that noise. And I've been to some semi-finals, by the way. But I know that wasn't a semi-final, but God blimey, I've never heard a noise in my life. The likes of the Chelsea game, semi-final. The noise of that, incredible.
Yeah.
2 semis, you know, incredible.
I
And
know.
it
I mean, that 65 final, I gave 4 tickets away outside the stadium about an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game, which Ruben Bennett gave me because 4 people from Aberdeen hadn't come and he wanted rid of the tickets. And we just give them at face value to 4 Liverpool fans outside. I knew 2 of the guys, and I had a bit of difficulty getting back into the stadium because the Queen was coming and they closed the bloody gate off, and the commissioner who'd let me out had gone off duty. So when I went back, even the lucky thing I had my Liverpool blazer on, but he couldn't get his head around why I was outside the stadium and not inside the stadium. And they had to get Shanks to the door to get me back in.
go away.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, and that was about 2.5, 3 hours for nearly 3 hours before kickoff.
Well, I always remember one of the players. It was the Inter game, you know, when we won the cup, and Jerry Byrne and Gordon Milne was taking the cup around, and a player, one of the, I don't know who it was, I think it was Ronnie Yates. I think it was. I'm not quite so sure, or Tommy Smith, someone, and said, we thought that it was empty because we seen no fans around. It was, and this is as we were going in, you know, to the ground to get changed and whatever. He said, until we walked through and we could hear the noise. He said, they're all in. They're all in. No one's.
Yeah.
He said, so I don't know who it was. It could have been a big Ron. I don't know. I'm not quite so sure now.
Well, there's a lad called Adrian Killen, and he's got these wonderful Super 8 films, and he's got this film of that day, and you see Jerry Byrne and not Jerry Byrne, Ray Wilson and Roger Hunt with the World Cup, right, and Ron Yates with the FA Cup on the League Championship, and Everton with the FA Cup, because Everton won the FA Cup in '66. Liverpool had won the Championship. And England had won the World Cup, so they went around the whole stadium with Big Money holding one cup, Bone holding the other one, and Wilson and Hunt holding the World Cup. And that's on film. I saw it today.
Well, some fella, he was older than us, obviously, a lot older. He just said, he wasn't talking to us, by the way, but we heard him. He said, do you know what? This is the only time any supporter will see that.
See all the trophies, yeah.
And he was right. A World Cup.
World Cup, the FA Cup and the League Championship.
And the First Division Championship.
Yeah, all together.
Incredible. Absolutely. But that was that like Liverpool and Everton thing, wasn't it, that they played before the season?
That was at Goodison, yeah.
Yeah, it was at Goodison. Yeah. Calamas, there's a good one before we finish. George and Frank, what Liverpool player could get into the team of the 80s? You know, obviously today's players.
Well, we go through them. Salah, I think. Salah.
I think Salah and Ali are the only ones.
Yeah, Salah and Ali probably, yeah. I'm trying to think now. Because you wouldn't get Dalglish out of the team. You wouldn't get Rush out of the team.
No.
So you'd have Salah, Rush, and Dalglish up front.
Yeah.
In the midfield, you've got to have McDermott, Souness.
And Kennedy, you know, this Kennedy.
Ray Kennedy, yeah. And then the fullbacks, I mean, Trent might get in.
Instead of Phil Neal, the most decorated footballer on the planet.
No, take that back. He wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. No. And
more medals than the FA, said Phil Neal. I said that to him, you know. I said, he's got more medals.
He got the most medals of any player in British
and that's
football.
His little joke now.
What about left back? What about Robbo? No, who was left back?
Well, you had Suze, didn't you? You had Barney Rubble.
That's
Emlyn
right.
Hughes. I picked Emlyn Hughes in my favourite team. You know, you couldn't really
it's amazing, isn't it? You probably only get 2 or 3 out of the team today that we would say would go in there.
I just pick
just opinion, really, but I mean, other people might think different.
Mo Salah and Ali, because you had Ray Clements left, but I still say Alisson is the best goalkeeper we've ever had.
Yeah, more than era.
And the likes of Mo Salah, you can't leave Mo Salah out of any team, Liverpool team, in the past.
Yeah.
And most probably in the future as well.
No, he's him along with Gerrard and Dalglish, top 3 players, I think, we've ever had forwards.
Yeah, let's read that again. George and Frank, what Liverpool player could get into the team of the 80s from the last 10 years? It's just the same.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Steven Gerrard. No, Suarez. Okay, I'll stop it, Callum. You're getting on our nerves now.
Yeah. These are very difficult questions because they're all about opinions, and people with different age demographics will have different opinions. Because a lot of players Frank and I have seen, younger people wouldn't have seen them, so it's difficult.
One of the greatest midfielders was a Scottish fella. I got to know him. Never got to know him as a great friend or whatever, great mate, but I got to know him. Willie Stevenson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. His sister was in touch with me today, funny enough. Amazing that. Yeah, you mentioned Billy. Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive and not too bad. He's quite well. Spoke to him at Ronnie Yates' funeral. He was a great player, Billy. Great left foot, Frank, didn't he? Great left foot. Yeah.
If you ever watched that final again, the 65, I forget who said it to me. It was an older gentleman, and he said, you see him running through, like he gets the ball 18-yard box and he runs up. And do you know what he said to me? He said, he was like, and I mentioned that, and he said, he was like a knife cutting through butter was Willie Stevenson. He just ran through with that ball at his feet.
Yeah. He scored a penalty in the semi-final, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
2-0. Peter Thompson scored the other one.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
It was funny, because they were all debating it, and he just picked the ball up, and he's all right, who's going to take it? The penalty.
He said he miskicked it, but it flew in the roof of the net.
That was Willie Stevenson for you.
Yeah.
Great. I would have Alisson over Grobbelaar, says Paul.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Imagine Rush, Dalglish and Starr.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be unstoppable, would we? Be unstoppable in the prime.
No Virgil. Yeah, but he.
Well, you had Hansen and Lawrenson, didn't you?
You had Hansen, but I'd rather have, I'm sorry, over Lawrenson, I'd have Virgil.
Virgil. Yeah, a big Virgil. Looking at it, really, what Edward says, he's probably right. Virgil probably would get in that team. He would. Virgil was like Ron Yates, very similar to Ron Yates, obviously more modern a bit more fluid and a bit of a better passer of the ball, but similar sort of centre halves.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Noah Hyde. Possible league winning match, Liverpool versus Arsenal on the 10th of May. This is the day before my birthday. The 10th of May. Cheapest tickets now for VIP packages. £2,399. Many seats are gone.
Oh, but that's at the Arsenal Stadium, isn't it? That's at the Emirates.
That's mad. No, it's here.
We've already played them here, haven't we? Oh no, it's here, isn't it? You're right. Yeah, we played them down there, haven't we? We drew 2-2, didn't we?
Yeah.
2,300. Well, if you've got a season ticket, you're all right, aren't you?
IBR. My 80s and 2024 team would be Allison, Lawrenson, Hansen, Van Dijk, Robertson, Souness, McDermott, Neil, Rush, King Kenny, and Sally.
That's not a good team. I don't know where's Phil Neal playing there. He should be right back, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Phil Neal. Phil Neal.
Yeah. You'd have Lawrence, you'd have, yeah.
Do you know who always gets left out? And as I said, I was watching that game today, and he was absolutely brilliant. Phil Thompson.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He gets a mention, never gets a look at.
Yeah.
Van Dijk and Hansen in central defence.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that, to be honest, because Virgil's phenomenal.
See, they have thinks, you see. They have loads of time to think.
That's right.
That was asked right away to us, and we were supposed to, who do you have in the team? You know, we can't wait.
Yeah, I think Virgil probably would be alongside Hansen. Yeah. And Salah up front. I can't think. Even John Barnes, fantastic. I wouldn't put John Barnes ahead of Dalglish.
No, certainly not. John Barnes, Beardsley, Houghton, Staunton, Grob on the bench.
Yeah. Agree with that.
Yeah, go with that. But Staunton.
They were older though, weren't they?
You know, Barney Rubble.
The last 10 years. The last 10 years is only to 2015.
Yeah. No,
they were all before that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Darryl, Allison, Phil Neal, Virgil, Hansen, Stig Bjornaby.
I don't agree with that one, but there you go.
Gerrard, Souness, Alonso, Suarez, Rush, Salah. He leaves out King Kenny.
You can't leave out King Kenny, Darryl. I don't think so. Got a stand named after him.
Someone will throw the stands at Darryl.
It's all about opinions, Darryl. By the way, I'm trying to get them programs for you. I'll be back in touch.
See how hard it is, Tom.
It is hard, yeah. I hate them questions. I've been asked so many times that type of question. It makes you think.
Like Emlyn Hughes, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
The energy, the enthusiasm, the passion, everything he had playing one game, every game.
I mean, Ian Callaghan, 847 appearances.
He's a Thompson.
17 years. He's 17 years. He never got dropped. We're so lucky, aren't we? We have that sort of a choice.
That's a cracker though. There, Darryl. Suarez, Rush, Salah, Alonso, Souness, Gerrard. Underrated heroes. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, says the IBR. Craig Johnson, Paul Walsh, and Big Jan.
He's been in Liverpool just recently, Craig Johnson. I saw a picture of him with Mark Platt with a surfboard. He had actually signed a surfboard from Astoria. It's in the museum.
Mark, he doesn't go surfing, does he, Mark Platt?
No, Craig Johnson.
Oh,
He's Australian. He's just come back from Australia to visit Liverpool, and he donated a surfboard to the club because apparently he goes surfing in Australia, and he signed it. And Mark was pictured with him on the Anfield Stadium yesterday, I think. I've
I,
seen
th-
it.
I thought Mark, already has a surfboard, and when he came in, I signed that. If you know what I mean. That's why I said he doesn't go surfing, does he?
No, Mark doesn't go surfing. No,
He's a nice fella, Mark.
yes,
So I was asking about it when you see him next.
I will.
No, I think that's a good one there, IBR. Johnson, Paul Walsh, and Jan Mulby. Jan Mulby just stood in the middle, didn't he, of the
He's great, wasn't he?
centre circle.
He made
And
the
we
ball do the
thought,
work, didn't he?
as I said, I was going to say, you see the passes, we've been speaking about some of our players passing the ball, the likes of Stevie, the likes of Trent, the likes of everyone. But that fella,
Well, you know, Jan Mulby, he never did much running. He made the ball do the work. He was very laid back. I remember I told you that story when Bobby Paisley shouted to him. He said, "Hey, Jan, get warmed up, son. You're coming off."
you can't make these things up, can you? Get warmed up, you
Because he was lazy, wasn't he? But by God, you could pass a ball.
Oh, he's brilliant. That ball against Everton, he
Yeah,
got it on a centre circle and he put it out to the left to, I think, the Irish lad's Capran, his name's gone. He scored, actually. No, he put it over for Ian Rush to score the third. I forget who it was. Just put it over to fantastic ball. Just a fantastic ball. He split the whole of the Everton defence up. The whole of the Everton defence. Not keen on Scottish footballers, George, says Darryl.
each to his own, Darryl.
I think he means now, if you know what I mean. Not going.
No, he's right. He's right.
Not going in the past.
We haven't got much talent in the Scottish team at the moment, sadly.
You're at the greats. We were talking about the greats, weren't we, to be honest?
We were, yeah.
It was, I remember working away, during the summer season, like, when you're at college and that. And these Celtic supporters used to sing, "Feed the bear, feed the bear. Feed the bear, he's everywhere. Feed the bear." Someone who played for Celtic, I don't know who's called the bear. Forget.
Is it Henrik Larsson?
No, I'm going back to the bloody 60s.
Feed the bear.
Kenny for me is still the greatest player in our history, in my opinion, says Paul Turner.
Hard to dispute that, isn't it? Really.
I've one for the next stream. Build a Scouse 11, says Callum. Yeah, we'll do that. The Anfield Road says Clements, Neil, Virgil, Hansen, Riese, Salah, Gerrard, Souness, Kennedy, Dalglish, Suarez.
Yeah, they're all good. He's got Salah there. Yeah, yeah, that's all right. Pretty good.
That. And he has a shot, doesn't he, Riese?
Oh, yeah. Remember that goal he scored? Yeah. Oof. Was it Man United?
Man United, the free kick.
Oh, it's the hardest I've seen a ball hit.
Even the commentator said, didn't he? Oh, yeah. Singing the net. Singing the net.
And then you had that song, Riese, show it how you scored that goal.
And IBR. My team, 2000, Dudek, Finnan, Hippier, Carragher, Riise, Mascherano, Alonso, Hamann, Gerrard, Torres, Owen. That's his
Yeah, I
team.
don't think they'd live with our current team. They were good though, Mascherano and Alonso.
Paul Turner says, Mulvey's best moment was the goal against United in the League Cup in 80. Yeah, when he went through from our half right through, and he hit outside the box.
Yeah, Moby told us a good story, Frank. He told us a story about Ian Rush. He said Ian Rush, he wasn't the smartest in the box, you know. He was a fantastic goal scorer, but he wasn't the brightest guy in the team, you know. And they were going to Formby for pre-season training. It was very hot, early, end of the summer, you know, before the season. And Bob Paisley said, we'll have a bit of a relaxation time, really, wind down a bit. Bring some stuff with you, bring some sandwiches and some drinks, you know. So he was coming from the Wirral because Rushy lived in Flint up in North Wales, and they were coming down past Camolairs, and they stopped at the garage. And Moby says, look, I've got some stuff. What have you brought with you? Rushy says, oh, I forgot. I ain't got nothing. He said, you better go in the garage and get something then. So Rushy disappears into the garage, and he comes out with a bag of ice. And Moby says, what's that for? He said, we'll be having drinks. He said, we need ice to keep the drinks cold, you know. And Moby said, but it's 75 degrees. By the time we get to Formby Hall, it'd be melted. That's no good. And Rushy said, I better go and get another one then.
That's true.
That's what he said, whether it's true or not. That was his story.
Oh, blow it, but
I better get another one.
Callum says, Riise couldn't half it, Mum. Remember his goal away at Everton? Yeah.
Yeah.
No one forgets them ones, Callum. Callum says the Anfield, Riise was an underrated fullback. It's very hard. We've had some tremendous players. Yeah.
We have.
Paul Turner, goodness gracious me, that was Martin Tyler when Riise scored the free kick against the United. Was it him? Yeah, Martin Tyler. He's taking the net.
Can't remember him.
I will have a team of Ian Callaghan, says Noah Hyde.
Yeah, definitely.
Cowie.
Wonderful.
For me, says the Ali Danus, our Romanian friend. Best 11 since I support LFC looks like this. Ali, Trent, Virgil, Fabinho, Robbo, Mascherano, Jerry, Alonso, that's Gerrard. Alonso, Mane, Suarez, and Salah.
Yeah. I think you're right, Ali. In your era, that's definitely the best team.
That is some team, that isn't it?
Some talent there.
Some team. Look at the forward line: Mane, Suarez, and Salah.
What about Bobby Firmino? He's getting a bit overlooked at the moment as well, isn't he, Bobby Firmino?
Liverpool West front two, Dunze and Eric Meyer. The Anfield Ross. You what? What about David And Zero says, my best 11 since I've been at Reds is Alisson, Trent, Virgil, Huppier, Riise, Alonso, Gerrard, Coutinho.
Well, he was good in his day.
Torres, Suarez.
Yeah, that's a good squad there, Darrell.
And the Anfield Ross coming out with all these ones now. Anthony Latala, Jesus, and Florent, Pongoli.
And that was when Gerard Houllier was bringing the French lads in.
Yeah, terrible. He said, did he say that Latalik was the Zinedine Zidane? Piss off. No one could be. I think Mascherano, Alonso, and Gerrard runs the current midfields off the park.
Yeah, well, they were fantastic. They were fantastic.
Anytime, absolutely, IBR, absolutely. I just wanted I've just got to remind people of this, George, if you don't mind. because I know you'll be leaving us. Where am I? Here, yeah. Right, this is yes, Fantasy Super League. There's the code. Please write the code down. This is not this. This is not the. I don't know what fucking league is this. Oh, the UCL Fantasy. Yeah.
That's the Champions League.
Sean's got the Prem. Sean's got the Prem. So write that down. I hope you've all got it, because as I said at the beginning of the show, you know, if I see a name and I'm not familiar with it at all, and they've just like come on the show, not commented, not done anything, and just went in for the Champions League or, you know, the Prem, and if they've won it, they're not getting it, simply because they could have just done it so that they get, you know, like a lucky dip, you know, getting a day, oh, it might be lucky, I think I'll join that, but not bother about coming on the pod or anything. This is for the people out there, the people who subscribe to everything. Okay, this is for you, lot. And I'm going to show you it now. This is for the Fantasy Champions League. I hope you can see it, because I don't know what's wrong with it, you know. Let's try and lighten up the light. See if we can show you it.
Yeah, it's been up. It's been up for a while there.
I don't know what's wrong, you know. It just goes up. I've disappeared.
Yeah, when you hold it up, you disappear. Yeah. The invisible Frank.
The invisible. There it is. It's the final.
That's better. Yeah, see it
The
now.
it's the 2019 European Cup final versus Spurs, and that little squiggle at the top is Mo Salah's autograph. It's the full programme, and as you know, Mo scored the first goal, and that's a cracking thing. I love it, actually, and that's for you, whoever wins. You know, wish us all the best. And if you join the, because Sean's not here, the not the Champions League, Premiership.
The Premier one. I'm in that one, yeah.
You can win that. It's lovely. A beautiful watch. It's an expensive one, you know, to be honest. It's perpetual motion, and it's a wind up. You know, you can wind it up. There's the winder there.
Yeah,
I'm
lovely.
doing the wrong finger. Oh no, that's it. I'm doing the right finger. There's the winder there. There's the winder. You can see it now. So you just wind it up. You don't have to be worrying about these batteries that normally, you know, you have to worry about, like me, and I've got things that I have to worry about getting batteries. So that's what you can win if you join the Fantasy League. The Fantasy League is only starting now, so do it. Get in, get involved, and see if you can win it.
And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe as much as you can. Get the subscriptions up. I noticed they've gone up quite a lot, Frank. The subscriptions,
I'm glad of that. You know, it's rare, but you don't see them, unfortunately. Bruno Cheru, the next Zidane, says no eyes. Yeah, he said that to me.
Cheru.
I love Paddy Berger, says Darryl, and Smeacher. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he's a smart lad, wasn't he? Smart looking lad.
I would take an ice cream eating Ego Biscuit any day. Oh.
Yeah, he had one or two good games, that's about it.
You think that he was going to bed?
The crowd used to quite like him, didn't they? They used to take the mickey.
It's just got up. It's terrible.
Ego.
Berger is a great shout, says no eyes. I have his 98 jersey, so go away. Very good, Paddy Berger. Great in, Paddy. That pass he did was one of the best passes. You know, when he hit it from our half, just outside our 18-yard box, for Michael Owen to run on to win the FA Cup, that was some pass, that.
Yeah.
No one ever mentions it. It's only Michael Owen scoring that goal, but the pass.
I thought he was a good player, Berger.
My Donkey 11. Oh, yeah, there's one, George. Karius, Kronkamp, Konchesky, Bab, Ruddock, Poulsen, Sheru, Markovic, Laser Markovic, Dave, Veronin.
He left Sean Dundee out.
Sean Dundee, yeah.
That's good. That's a good team of wooden spoons.
Absolutely. And Salif Diao on the bench, along with Sean Dundee. I'll never, ever see a better goal than being at Anfield. So, yeah. Darryl, yeah, that was an incredible goal into the Annie Road end.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Callum, Charlie Adam. Oh. Kaiser would be our ideal midfield. Charlie Adam.
Yeah. He went to Stoke City, didn't he?
Bishkan is manager now in the Middle East, is he? Is he?
Wow.
Danny Agger is 40 today.
Right.
Some fella he was, says to Scousherhead. Absolutely.
Good hard player, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going, George?
Yeah, I've got 5-10 minutes yet, Frank. Go on.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Good, George. I was worrying there. Yeah, there's a fella I liked as well. Callum, I like Skirtle and thought he was very underrated. He was underrated.
Yeah. Yeah, he was good. He played quite a lot of games, didn't he, Martin Skirtle?
I remember him scoring 2 against Arsenal. Scored 2. And there's it, and a shot. Like a volley it was, if I remember correct. Skirtle against Arsenal, the Arsenal. He was good, you know, he was a big, hard player.
He was. Yeah. Skirtle and Hippier.
What about Scales? He was crap. He was just a good-looking fella, wasn't he?
He wasn't that brilliant, was he? I mean, he was pretty ordinary. John Scales.
We needed good-looking fellas in our team, so we said, do you want to play for us? He went, yeah, all right, because he was a good-looking fella.
That's right. Bring the girls in.
Bring the girls in. Torres, the only player that broke my heart, says Noah Hyde. Torres. Yeah, Noah Hyde, you don't know why he left, lads. I do. So, you know, don't go down the rabbit hole like a lot of people.
He was brilliant when he arrived. He was fantastic. Breath of fresh air.
Oh, some of the goals he scored, incredible goals. The one against Arsenal, quarter-final, Champions League.
Yeah. When Old Trafford would have went down the keeper.
When that visit, when he just went.
He shoved the big centre-half out of the way. Milan Jovanu. What a raffle.
John Harkness was crap. Darryl, he picked me up at my home. John Harkness, believe it or not, and took me the game. He was injured at the time. And I was in the dressing room, but not the dressing room, but, you know, I was in with all the lads and where they drank and that.
John Harkness.
He was fucking awful, though. Champion. Mark Gonzalez, when he signed, they were saying he was the fastest thing to come from South America.
Bloody useless. Tell it as it is, Anfield.
He wasn't much quick. Oh, that's so funny, though. Bloody
Oh dear. We've had some donkeys.
Oh, we've got great lads on here. Oh, jeez. Callum says it was a scare leather versus City. He was a big game player, that lad. You're right there as well. Neil Mellor, the one great goal wonder. You're right. Like these singers, you know. In
Yes.
that and that, they vanished after that.
One
Neil
hit
Mellor.
wonder. He's on LFC TV now, isn't he?
Oh, and do you know what? He's co-commentating against Manchester United, you know, this season when we beat them 3-0. And Diaz scored a second. And, you know, John Bradley was going, and he came out and said, "What's a goal? What's a goal?" It's like fucking Benny Hill. They're not Benny Hill, Frankie Hill. Oh, Mrs. What a goal. Oh, what a... I hope we never... Daryl Torres broke my heart too. El Nino, my lover. And George, I'll send you money if you can get me a program.
No, you don't worry about money, Daryl. If I can get them, I'll get them. I'll do my best. I will do my best.
No, Speedy Gonzalez laughing out loud, absolutely. Most underrated player in LFC, said George Scott. They are.
Well, I was the 12th best player in the world, Daryl. Don't forget.
Sebastian Leto, the second fastest thing from South America. Yeah, again, another.
Sebastian Leto.
Barini, Balotelli, Lambert. Who's stopping them? Nobody, because they're stopping there. Yes. Yeah. See you next Tuesday. All right, there, mate. See you next Tuesday. I'm going to end now. Thanks, everybody, for, keeping Georgia and I company.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, brilliant, aren't they? Absolutely brilliant.
I've got a post-match on Saturday as well. If you're not all out having a bevy. So I'll be having a post-match, and so you can join me for that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably be at the game on Saturday, so.
Of course you will.
I'll be at the match. So looking forward to 3 points, boys. Let's hope we get the 3 points and set us on our way for the next few weeks coming to Christmas.
Don't tell me yet. I want your prediction. Don't tell me yet, though. Tomorrow night, if you're looking in, I'm doing what I'm actually doing is, these conspiracy theories, but they're not conspiracy theories, they're the truth. It's like everything else, you say something and all these isms come out that you're this, you're ism, you're a ism, you're a ism. So that's just to stop you from telling the truth. That's what you call control. So I'll be talking all about that tomorrow night. To join me, 8 o'clock, it should be good. And Callum, fully, is it conspiracy or different? No, it's the same. It's everything's involved tomorrow, Callum. Everything is involved tomorrow, mate. Daryl says 3-1 Liverpool, Diaz 2, Salah 1. And Ian Mack, got to put me purple bin out now, lads. Up the Reds, 3 points Saturday. Up the mighty Reds, says Ian Mack. George, before you go.
I think I'll go along with Daryl, 3-1.
3-1, okay.
I said 2-0 last time and I was right, but I'm getting a bit bored with 2-0, so I think 3-1. I hope 2-0 is right, but I'll go with 3-1.
Yeah.
As long as we win, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care what the score is. 3 points is all it's about now, every game.
Yeah.
I hope we play well, and I hope we, get back to our best, because it will be a tough game. Fulham are no easy. They're not an easy pushover. They're doing well this year. But I think we can take anybody, my view, we can take anybody at Anfield. Shanks said, didn't you, years ago, they all come here to be beaten. And they still do to this day. So I hope it'll continue on Saturday. Okay, well, Frank, I'll get going now then. And I'll see you next week. I'll pop in one day next week.
Yeah, please. That'll be great.
I'll give you a bell and let you know what day. And but if not, I'll see you next Tuesday anyway.
Tuesday, yeah. See you Tuesday and whatever day you come next week, okay?
Yeah, thanks, Frank. Thanks very much, boys.
Thank
Up the
you.
Reds, boys. Up the Reds.
See you, George. Just got me now. Callum says 2-0 Fulham. Right. Liverpool 2-0. Salah Gakpo. Yes. IBR. Great show, Franco and Jorginho. Thank you, IBR. By George and Francanini. Space time. Callum, see you, George. By George, the Anfield Road. So listen, lads, I mean this. Thank you so much. Hopefully, see somebody, tomorrow night. Definitely doing I won't see Anfield Road because he'll be out having a bevy after the game. So I'll see his post-match Saturday. Just have a look, see what time or whatever. Jason will put it up. And it should be good. But try and join me tomorrow night if you're doing that. Okay? It should be good. I always say that, don't I? And have you say, have you say. Brilliant show, Frankenstein and Georgie Porgy. There's young Callum. You never walk alone. 3 points, lads, yes. And getting off. See you, boys. You look after yourselves. See you tomorrow night or on Saturday. Hopefully. Oh, I've got my TV and no, I haven't. I won't be having that. No, I haven't. TV and films, TV review Saturday morning, 10:30. Okay. See you later, boys. Thank you so much. Love you all, honestly. Ciao. Shiva Diam.